No one can deny that thanks to decades of neglect from successive Queensland Labor state governments, public transport on the Sunshine Coast is in a parlous state. The Queensland Labor government want to bring 180,000 extra people to this region, but they have no interest whatsoever in delivering the public transport we need to accommodate them. So I do applaud the Sunshine Coast Council for stepping up and trying to plan ahead for this nightmare scenario. However, in my view, light rail could not be more inappropriate for our community. It would remove a lane each way for cars on the already congested Nicklin Way, Brisbane Road and Alexandra Parade, and worsen traffic along the coast. It would provide little benefit for the majority of our community not living on the coastal strip, and would open the door to significantly higher density apartment blocks along the coast, reportedly bringing up to 5 times the existing number of residents and just as many new cars to the area around Caloundra, Watulla, Warana, Kawana, Mooloolaba and Alexandra headlands. We need a significantly upgraded road and public transport network across the entire region, which benefits all local residents, not a narrow strip of light rail stations that most would need to drive to get to. Meanwhile, Council's planned wall of apartment blocks, combined with heavy power lines, crawling traffic and the screeching metal tracks, would be a catastrophe for the Sunshine Coast's way of life. As you can see from the Canberra experience, light rail inevitably means much higher density dwellings along its route. The same would be true of the Nicklin Way. I want to make it very clear that as the local federal member for the region that will be most significantly impacted by this proposal, I strongly oppose light rail on the Sunshine Coast, and I have made these views known to the Prime Minister, the Deputy Prime Minister and the Treasurer. I have requested that if asked, the Commonwealth Government provide no funding for the construction of light rail between Caloundra and Maroochydore. Instead of light rail, I believe the right public transport solution for our community is the construction of a new, faster rail line along the already reserved Campcos land corridor through the coast's major population centres, from Biwa to Caloundra, Kawana and Maroochydore. Combined with improved bus services connecting these stations to the rest of our community, this solution would create a better, connected Sunshine Coast, bringing new investment and jobs to our region. The Council's consultation period is open for just 7 more days to the 22nd of June, and I want to urge all Sunshine Coast residents to make a submission. If you don't make your views known clearly to Council, you can't complain if Council tries to foist their preferred model onto our community. It's time to speak up, if you haven't already, and make your views heard to Council.
Given it's unlikely the Campcos corridor could be completed in under a decade and that the coast population will have significantly grown in that time, what interim measures do you think we should implement to make public transport compelling enough to get people out of their cars and onto the transport?
Well, I think the first thing to note in relation to that is that whether it was light rail, whether it was heavy rail, this will be a long-term project. I don't think either of them would be finished within 10 years, even if a decision was made today to start it. So, I don't think there should be any misconception amongst the public that a new type of U-Butte public transport system would be completed inside that 10-year period. Second point is that because this is going to be a long construction period, the state government should be providing better, faster, more regular services of buses, the bus network, We need our bus network to be much better than what it is. The reality is that Sunshine Coast locals have voted with their feet. They are not supporting public transport because the public transport that we have now is so woefully inadequate. The buses are irregular, and that's why I challenge you this. Whenever you see a bus on the Sunshine Coast, look inside it and you'll see maybe a handful of people at most. So the Sunshine Coast people have voted with their feet. They do not support the poor infrastructure that we have now. That's why we need a much better rail network with interconnecting buses.